Hi folks, Bally here. A lot of people are asking about what's in the bag. You got to watch Mark's. His is very boring because he doesn't have a lot of stuff in the bag. I have a lot of stuff in the bag. Currently this is my setup, but if you look around you'll see I have a ton of toys. I like toys. I'm constantly testing and playing with stuff, sometimes screwing stuff up, but I'm having fun doing it. Here's the current setup. We'll go from the big dog down. So driver, there's a few that I've been playing with, but I've been getting really good results. This is the Mizuno STZ. It's a 9.5, but it's actually set for 10.5 degrees. It sits very flat, which I like. Very, very low spin. So I've actually had to add loft just so I can keep the ball in the air. Shaft, Oban Airburst 05 Flex. So that's extra stiff. It's a very, very light shaft, very tight, very, very stable in the tip. Fairway, I switch between two. I've got a Ping LST, the G425, which I really like, but I've done some modifications to it and it basically comes out like another driver, so I needed something to come out a little higher and spin more. This is the Mizuno ST200, so this is a little bit older, which again goes to show that older doesn't mean bad, still very good. Shaft again, Oban Revenge green. So this is tipped a little bit. It is a 75 gram shaft, so a little heavier, extra stiff, but it is a higher launching shaft. So this one just kind of gets up in the air and spins a little bit more. Again, very open, very fade bias, which I like. Hybrid, Ping G410. This is one of my favorite clubs. I'm just very comfortable with it. Ping has a new one out, which is very good, but I just find this one's just comfortable. I like the way it feels. Oban Devotion 05, 85 grams. So again, X-Flex, 85 grams. I really like this hybrid. It doesn't spin a ton and it's very fade biased because I can set it flat. So I like the fact that I don't have to worry about hooking it. Driving iron, Srixon ZX. This is their 3-iron. They do have a newer version. Again, I'm comfortable with this thing. Is the new one good? Yes. Is it worth changing? Not for me. The shaft again is an Oban Reserve. This is actually a graphite shaft designed for irons. Very, very good shaft and very cost effective, which is nice as well. It's really cool because we can do a lot to tip it and really change the kick point, change the flight, but it feels very soft in the hands, which I like. I don't like a boardy feel in my clubs, so I want it to feel very soft in the hands, but it's got to feel very stable in the tip. So there's a few really unique products that can do that, and Oban's graphite, and they've got a really good iron shaft that does that as well. My irons, from Forta Pitch, Mira MC501. These ones are custom. They're a copper iron, very limited run. They just look cool. The copper does feel slightly softer than the chrome. It will wear, so it's just something cool, and I like unique, nice toys. Shaft, Oban CT 115X. Again, very, very stable in the tip, very soft in the hands. I like it that if I do hold off on a shot, I don't feel like it just stays like a board. It still feels nice and soft. I can swing it harder, and it still feels stable. In every set of irons I have, they're very, very comfortable. Swing weight, by the way, on all my irons is about D4 to D4.5. I like them a little on the heavy side. And gap wedge. This is actually 51 degrees. This is a Mira 50 degree bent open to 51. And this is their high bounce version. I don't need a ton of bounce, but in a gap wedge, I like it because I can open it up and use it, you know, green side around bunkers or for full shots. But I don't have a 60 degree wedge from there. Oh, by the way, shaft. Shimada Wedge Tour. It's a little dirty, but it's this cool smoke gray color. Again, very soft, feels good in the hands. I don't like anything to feel boardy. My 57.5 degree wedge. This one's very custom. So this is another Mira wedge. It is a 56 that I've bent and then ripped off the front edge. So if you look at it from that angle, you can see it's a very custom grind. So if I say what the bounce is, I really have no idea. I just kind of worked on it until it felt right. So the front edge has a blunt leading edge so it doesn't dig. then a very, very shallow bounce sole, and then I've peeled off the back edge and there's almost no toe. So I can set it completely flat and open if I want and hit a flop shot and turn it into a 60 or 62 degree wedge, but I can hit full shots and not worry about it digging. So what I like about this is that it allows me to put a driving iron in the bag as opposed to have a 60 degree wedge. Because generally if I'm using a 60, it means that I've probably short-sighted myself or done something foolish, and it's kind of a get out of jail club. So this kind of takes care of that if I do need that shot once in a while. And then putters. Experimenting with 2 different putters. Not going to talk too much about it, but I can kind of show you a little sneak peek. This is a prototype with a very unique neck where the face is actually onset. It does have a very cool paisley face. I guess I can show you a picture of that if you'd like, but that's about all I'm going to let you see. What I like about this, and I'm already going to cover it, is with the onset face, if I do play a slower green and I feel like I've got to be, you know, a little bit more poppy and accelerate with the putter head, I feel like it's not going to flip and I'm not going to pull putts. And I'm also playing with a very cool mallet design. This one again is copper coated. Looks pretty just like my irons. This is a much heavier putter, but doing some cool play around with it. There's a very interesting graphite shaft in it from Acra and a wooden grip, which just really looks cool. So not sure which one's gonna end up in my bag at the end of the year, but or rather to start the year, but we all know, judging by my array of weapons here, that it's always going to be changing. I'm always going to be testing toys. And the golf bag, this one's just a cool one. This was actually given to me by a buddy. Thank you, Howard. This was what what Team Canada used at the Olympics when golf just came back to the Olympics. So it's near and dear. It doesn't really leave the shop. I don't want to get it dirty, but it looks cool and makes me look like I know what I'm doing when I bring it in here for these videos. So, and then as you see, I've got all sorts of other toys. I like experimenting with golf clubs. It's a hobby. I guess if it wasn't a hobby, this isn't, you know, really the job for me. So anyway, this is my bag. Some days I know how to use it, some days I don't, but as you can imagine, it's a lot more exciting than Mark's. He's super boring. Nobody likes him. Have a good one.